coming up today? I can't count.
Can't remember where I started. 10 or 11 spoke alloy wheels to 18 inches.
I can't talk.
I'll cut this bit out, it's fine.
And in the verdict, a car alarm makes me jump. Oh, and I laugh really weirdly because it's funny. And look at the boot.
And welcome back to Automotive Mania. It's a GR Yaris! I wanted to be within 2 feet of one of these for like a year now, but today I'm actually reviewing one. Now, just before we get started with today's video, I need to say a massive thanks to APS Specialist Vehicles, located in Brackley. They sell all sorts of performance and specialist vehicles. So if you're getting bored of your Vauxhall Vectras, Honda Jazzes, then make sure that you check them out. Their link is in the description. Also, if you're wondering why this car looks so clean, well, that's due to Demon Detailing. Their link is also in the description. Right, one more thank you. Thank you to Akio Toyota for making this car. Let's get started. Right, you might be thinking, why do Scots love the GR Yaris so much? Or what is so special about a souped-up Toyota Yaris? Well, let me answer all your questions. For starters, this car is a rally homologation special. This means that the Gazoo Racing rally team has had to make a certain amount of road-going Toyota GR Yaris WRC cars that are just a bit different from the rally cars in order to qualify for the World Rally Competition thingamajig, so that they can put their WRC car into production. Granted, due to COVID, that WRC never actually happened and the car didn't make, but they'd already made these GR Yaris road-going versions, so we were lucky enough to still be able to have these wonderful, amazing cars, although the race didn't happen. So it is basically a rally car for the road. Second thing that makes me like it, we're going to need to look at the bonnet for that. Come on, where's the bonnet lever? Let's go and take a look at this engine. A bit strange that it doesn't have the one that manually operates, isn't it? But anyway, what's inside is wonderful. So it is a 1.6, amazingly 3-cylinder turbo engine. It is the most powerful 3-cylinder ever put into production because it produces 257 brake horsepower from a 3-cylinder engine. People who have done like long-termers with 10,000 miles or so, they've experienced no issues at all, which kind of goes along with Toyota's whole reliability thing. So I don't really think reliability should be much of an issue. So that's the second reason that I think this car is amazing. Let's now look at the third reason. Now the third reason is its GR4 four-wheel drive system, which is just fantastic. Now when you need it, it provides so much grip, so much grip. There's all sorts of different drive modes, but we'll talk more on that later. And then also, when you don't need all that grip, and you just want to have a bit of fun, it's great at that too. So the GR4 four-wheel drive system is amazing. It's just like the one that they've got on their rally cars, but on the road, on the track, on B roads, on any road, it just performs so well thanks to that 3-cylinder engine, four-wheel drive system, and the manual gearbox. But more on all the driving stuff later. Let's move on to the fourth reason, which is, look at it. Let me just show you a picture of the normal Toyota Yaris. And now look at this. The only thing this GR Yaris shares with the regular Yaris is the light cluster, front and rear, the door mirrors, and I think they said something about a fin on the roof. That's all it shares with the normal Yaris, so it really is an independent car from its, what do you want to call it, its more sensible sibling. So that are the reasons that I like it. Now let's go on to the more normal Automotivania review stuff and look at driving, exterior, interior, practicality and all that stuff. Let's move on. Right, let's look at the exterior of the GR Yaris. So, at the front we've got a really, really nice sporty grille, and then under it, this angular, muscular, aggressive, pointy bit. And then the same for these fins, and really aggressive from the front. And then that's also helped by these lights at the front. Of which, cameraman, can you just show us the indicators and things on the lights? The LEDs are just so cool on this. Alright, let's move down to the side, where we've got our really nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can't remember where I started. 10 or 11 spoke alloy wheels to 18 inches, and they're running on Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, which are one of the best tyres in the game. On the side we've got these really nice door mirrors, which the black contrasts really well with this white, and also with the amazing carbon fibre roof that you get on the front. Now this is actually a cover, I believe, and then underneath it is the proper carbon fibre stuff. This is just a cover to protect it, which then when we move down to the back, contrasts again really well with this sort of piano black colour rear spoiler. And here, we've got our GR Yaris sounds in GR4. We then got some double exhausts, which are completely real. The surround's a bit bigger than the actual exhaust, but still pretty real. And then here, that looks like it could be a reverse light, not too sure about that. And then a diffuser. Again, every single angle of this car is so aggressive and so muscular, so it's just such a cool looking car. To think that it's based on just a normal Toyota Yaris is crazy, because I mean it looks completely different, I think. Right, that's enough of the exterior. Right then, let's look at the interior of this car. Now, starters, when you shut the door like this, let's just get away from the camera. We got frameless windows, woohoo! When you shut the door, they go up. When you open the door, they go down a bit, just so that it gets extra support and doesn't break them. So yeah, frameless windows, they always look cool on cars. And then moving to the actual inside of the car, we've got a glove box here, which is not a good size. That's too small for me. But more about glove boxes and cubbies on the cubby holder count. We've then got our infotainment screen. Again, we'll look more at the infotainment in a bit. Some more cubby holders. We've got our drive selects here, which is normal, sport and track. Now in normal mode, you have 60% of the power going to the front wheels, 60% of the torque, 40 to the rear. Sport mode, if you push it that way, sport mode, that sends 70% to the rear, 30% to the front, and I think that in sport modes it locks the rear diffs as well, so that makes it for a more playful drive. And then in track mode, it's two axles are locked for 50-50 split, so you get more grip, more control going around the corners. Now let's see what it's like to drive the GR Yaris. Well, sort of. This car, I'm currently on the Nürburgring. It's just so great to drive, the weight of the controls, the seats, the gear change. It's just so wonderful. I mean, this car fits with the circuit package that has that hard suspension, locking discs. Yeah, it's wonderful. Then you turn onto a country back road. Yeah, cameraman dad can't drive this car today. I'm not driving. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, we can't drive this car today. But Yeah, you know that it's amazing to drive, don't you? I mean, all those things I just mentioned, I'll cut this out. I'll cut this out. It weighs 1,280 kilograms, has a top speed of 143 miles per hour. It's got that four-wheel drive system that can send 70% to the rear, 30% to the front, 50% to the rear, 50% to the front. It's just so adaptable, so good. It's amazing to drive. I'm sure it is. And I really hope that one day I get to drive it. I want this car. I want this. I want a Ferrari F40. And then we have. So yeah, this car is amazing to drive. I'm sure you already knew that. Let's move on. So yeah, we've then got down the middle our rev matching so that you can change gears in a different way. We've then got our ESC stability control off, which again, if you want to do some playful drifting, that's what you do. And then we have our auto start off, which is auto start off. It's not really anything that interesting. We've then got a plaque down here to remind you that you are in a super special car, GR WRC, developed for the FIA. Okay, getting on. This car is a manual. Now that's quite rare with new cars these days, and this manual gearbox is one of the best apparently. The gear shift is meant to be so nice, so mechanical, and it's in the perfect place to reach with your hand from the driver's seat. This alongside with the Honda Civic Type R hot hatch, they're just meant to be one of the best gear shifts ever. Steering wheel, we've got all of our controls on here for your phone, for your cruise control, for your lane departure, and then you've got GR Yaris, just to remind you you're in a cool car. Not a huge fan of these indicator sticks, they look and feel a bit cheap.
Finding faults already.
Yeah, I still love this car. We've then got the seats. Now these seats are amazing, they're really supportive, but then they're also really comfortable when you're just cruising. When you're going around corners, when you're flying it around, like most people will in their car, on a track, don't speed, it's bad.
On a track, don't speed?
No, on a track, full stop, don't speed, it's bad. Thank you. Yeah, supportive. We've then got our handbrake, gear knob, 12-volt socket in there, more USB, don't know what that is. Airbag, that's what it is. So yeah, that's the interior. We shall now do the practicality, and for that we'll need cameraman Dad. Let's move on. Right, let's see what it's like in the back for a grown adult. For this we have 5'11" cameraman Dad in the back of a rally car practically. Hello Dad.
Hello.
How is it back here?
It's actually really comfy, but unfortunately my hair's tickling the roof and I'm having to scrunch my shoulders over. So if I sit up straight or normal, my head is well in.
Oh dear. What about leg room? Let's look at that.
Perfect, as long as you
Is
don't
it
have
really?
the seat, depending on what person who sits where.
Well, this is in the comfy position for me. I'm 5'3".
Okay, well can you get in the front of that one? Can you sit in the front?
Oh, yes. Quite easily.
Leg room for you?
Quite easily. There is plenty of leg room, plenty of headroom.
Loads of leg room for me, no headroom.
Is there really?
It's really comfy. Really
Yeah, the seats are comfy in this car.
lovely inside. I like black on black. So.
Yeah, the seats are nice. So in the front, plenty of room. In the back,
Great.
not so much.
In the back.
But remember, Dad, you're saying you have loads of leg room. For starters, you don't. For seconds, this is in the ideal position for a 5'3" person. So, just saying.
I've got loads of leg room.
Right, let's keep you in here, because it's funny. And look at the boot. What was that laugh? Boot time. Just admire those plates. If you want to see a car that also has those plates in its review, then check out my review of a proper old Mini. Right, let's... Ah, it's not electrically operated. That is a shame.
Hello.
You again. Right, we've got some enough room. Could you just put that seat back, please, just so we can see how much room there is?
Now the boot, it's actually quite raised, isn't it? That's probably because of the four-wheel drive system, but there's still quite a lot of room actually. I'm quite surprised by how much there is. Is there a false floor here? What's under here? Yeah, some more bits for storage. And then there's also, I want to say that's the battery.
It's even got ISOFIX bases.
Yeah, if you heard what Dad said. Right, can you fold down the seats again now, please, Dad? It is a 60-40 fold.
There you go. You can get your golf clubs well in there.
Yeah, there's actually quite a bit more room than I was expecting. I'm quite impressed with that. Right, that's the practicality. Now, let's do cubby holder count. Okay, let's count cubby holders. So we've got one in here for my phone, if you can see that. One, it's very big as well. It's quite good. One, any others in the back here? Nope. 2, 3, 4. That's quite big though, you can fit a lot in there. So that's 4. Okay, let's go around to the front. 5, 6, 7, not a good size. 8, 9, 10, 11. Then got 12 in there for cards and what have you. 12, 11, don't know what I counted to. Number will be on screen now. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that this car's amazing. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that this car's obviously a 10 out of 10. And I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that if you can, buy this car. Right then. Okay, so let's see what the sound system is like on the car. So go on to audio. Where's radio? Yeah, this is quite annoying to use. Menu. We just want the radio, for goodness sake. Too complicated.
Oh, I'll get into that.
Thanks for watching. Bye bye.